Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Random Ramble Hour. I am your host, Random Task 1000. It's a bit of a random tangent, but I just wanted to say I did remember my water this time. So, big ups to that. We love water. Big ups to water. Let me take a sip right now. Delicious. And you guys actually can't see it right now, but I am actually drinking out of my very cool, very, very hip, very swagger pizza tower cup. So, you're all allowed to be jealous. I know you guys wish you were me, but, we can't all be winners. And I actually also, I've talked about this in in the other two podcasts that I've done, but I also actually have a bit of structure to this episode. I have a couple of topics that I am wanting to run us through today. So, your boy's moving up in the world. We're making money moves, and, it's just the way of the world. So, yeah. Might as well just head straight on into it. And by the way, thank you guys for watching. And that's actually kind of the first topic that we wanted to go into today. Is that I know that like not all my videos have been doing like as good as some of the others. The first podcast I released did pretty well. I think it was like something above 20 views just for like a random YouTube upload. I don't know how much of I don't know. It got a good amount of traction for what is effectively a very first upload. And I'm grateful, and we're still getting some decent viewership on everything else that I've put out so far. I just put stuff out, and I'm happy to be seeing some traction. Just as a random aside, you can see that the game that I have running in the background today is Final Fantasy 14. I am a dragoon, almost level 70. I don't own all the expansions, so what's it called, the I don't have like the level 90 cap, but yeah. There's Mika. Everyone say hi, Mika. Hi, Mika. Everyone wave to Mika. If I don't see you typing wave in the chat, you're all dead to me. I don't know why I'm talking like this is a live stream. Anyways, yeah. Thank you everybody for the support that has been going on with any of the content that's been coming out so far. There's a very particular group of my supporters that have been very adamant about liking, commenting on everything that I've put out so far. So truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Just as an idea, and this kind of just came to me now, but just to kind of add on to the thanks and everything. Obviously, I don't have any kinds of like major subscriber milestone. I think I'm at like 6 subs right now or something. I can actually probably check that, verify that real quick. Yeah, 6 subscribers, 5 videos, more subs than videos. Let's go. We're making money moves. That's about to change on the release by this though, because by the time I release this podcast, that will definitely, at the very least, break even, and then it's all downhill from there. But yeah, I know like I feel like I probably should celebrate like some milestones along the path, but I don't really know what would be like the first milestone to celebrate. Maybe that's something you guys would be curious about, or like have input on. But maybe celebrating like maybe like 50 subs would probably be a good place to start. Maybe thinking emoji. And also I would have to contemplate what I would even do for that kind of milestone. So if anybody has any ideas for stuff like that and you want to throw it in the comments, please, that would be very helpful. And maybe even if, other things of that nature, because, we're all trying to make it on this platform. So yeah, thank you everybody for the support, especially there's a group of like 3 or 4 of you that have been very supportive, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, on that topic of me putting out content, obviously I put out the inscription video, and I think it came out pretty well. My lowest performing video on the channel, but I'm not really worried about that. I'm proud of what I put out. I'll tell you that much. But I do want to probably put out another video like that coming up on probably within like the next 2 weeks. I'll try to get out probably some Balatro gameplay that I had on my Twitch channel. Like I just have to download the VOD and Balatro, luckily, my God, I'm getting stuck. Luckily, doesn't run for very long, so that'll probably be like a at max like 30-minute thing. Because I guess Crab Champions also wasn't really that long, so probably about as long as the Crab Champions video, maybe the same time. Um, but there is a larger project that I'm looking forward to working on, and that larger project is the first of potentially many more things that I want to work on in like a much more when I was talking in like previous podcasts of doing like more structured content. I have finally settled on what the first of those things is going to be, and that is I'm going to be working on an Outer Wilds video of some kind. There's a particular aspect of the game that I want to discuss. It is definitely going to be a video going into like obviously the deeper intricacies of Outer Wilds. It's a game that I have a lot of experience with. I've sunk in many hours. I know I've said before the game has no replay value, and although that is true, I still go back to it anyways because I can't help myself. I can't help but enjoy it to that extent. So I guess maybe I was, you know, being a bit of a fibber, but my bad, my bad. But yeah, I want to do some kind of Outer Wilds video project, and I think that's probably the last I'll talk about it until I have something to show. But there's a particular moment in that game that kind of it's just something I want to ramble about, but like ramble. Obviously, I'm rambling now, but ramble in a more structured sense. Uh, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's definitely something I'm gonna have to script out. And maybe I'll have moments of going off script, but I feel like because of how I want to structure it, that it's probably going to end up being like a thing where it'll probably be shorter than pretty much almost any of the other videos. I don't imagine it going over 25 minutes because I don't know if I have that much to say in like a structured format, a structured, organized format. But who knows? Maybe I could end up, rambling on and on, off script, or maybe when I'm like typing it out, trying to get a script out, it'll just end up being this huge elaborate thing. But what I can say about the Outer Wilds video that I plan on making, it is not going to be like an overarching Outer Wilds video. I think that is something that I do want to make at some point. Like just talking about the overarching game as a whole. But this is going to be focused on a much more smaller aspect and basically like a particular moment in Outer Wilds that I find really cool, and just kind of maybe like thought experimenting a bit and discussing it in more depth. And just like kind of what the moment in that game was for me when I had first encountered it. So yeah, that's the idea for the Outer Wilds video project. I hope it's something cool. I hope it's something that, honestly, I feel like there's a large you know, group subset of people, I guess. There's a lot of people who really like fish for like Outer Wilds content, and I know there's like a ton of video essays and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't know that I have anything particularly new to say on it, but I just want to share my experience. I think that's really what it boils down to. I like sharing. I just like sharing myself to that extent, I guess. So yeah, Outer Wilds video project in the works. Probably be the last time I talk about it until I have some form of result to show for it, whether that be like a clip or like a snippet or like a confirmation of like a completed script. Um, my girlfriend would probably be very helpful in that. Actually, she could probably go over that for me. Hey, Mika, are you there? I love you, Mika. I'm sorry. In case you guys don't know, I love my girlfriend. I have to say it in every video. Hi, Mika. Everyone wave at Mika. That's right. You've been pointed out again. Be embarrassed. Okay. So yeah. obviously you can see here I'm playing through the Final Fantasy, was it 16 event in FF14, and that's a good segue because let me tell you guys, this FF16 game, Final Fantasy 16, is also a game that I've been wanting to play, and that really segues into our next topic. Just to follow up on the backlog thing, let me tell you what, guys. Besides this little, I have not made any progress on my backlog. um, I know I've been talking about making progress on my backlog by doing these recordings, and I'm definitely enjoying the Final Fantasy 14 session here. Don't get me wrong. Although you will see later in this recording that I kind of get stuck on one of these missions. I get smoked like 3 times in a row, pretty badly. Like I just insta die, and it's a little embarrassing. But bear with me. But yeah, I have not made much progress on my backlog, and I saw the comments in the last podcast where like everyone's like, oh brother, do not get me started on my backlog. Oh boy. But yeah, probably buckle down some more. I did sit down for another recording for background footage, and funnily enough, I did not play any of my backlog games, and I once again fell into the wormhole of games I already know I like, but will play again regardless. But hey, all I'm saying is the Bloody Palace and Devil May Cry was calling to me, and how could I not answer the call? You know what I'm saying? Can I get some times twos? Do we have any Devil May Cry enjoyers in out there? We love Devil May Cry in this house. So yeah, next podcast probably Devil May Cry background footage. Just so you're aware. Just so you're aware. That game kind of schmack, and that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I have not made any progress with my backlogs, but yeah, I think for sure I have kind of settled on as far as the backlog goes of like what I want to make progress on for the time being, and that's really like Yakuza. For sure, Yakuza Zero, absolutely for sure. The last session I had with that was incredibly fun, and to be honest, all right, moment of transparency. Um, a lot of these, like, not all, but a good chunk of these gameplay like recordings that I have is also usually a bit of time that I'm spending with my lovely girlfriend. So she was sitting there chit chatting it up with me when I was recording the Yakuza footage, also. And yeah, I think that's also part of like what makes it fun is that like I just like having her there. Like it's just really fun just to have her be a part of the experience. Because I've also, even growing up, I would usually play video games with my older brother, and I think I've always enjoyed having someone there with me for the single player experience. So having Mika there for that, she's fun. Newsflash. I don't know if you guys know this, but I love talking to my girlfriend. I love being in her company. This turned into a Mika shill session. I'm sorry, but I just can't help myself. I really enjoy that woman's company. Can I get some times twos? But yeah, I don't know. Just having her there, just having her there to play, having those moments where I could just play these single player games, and we'll just be there talking about whatever's been going on our day. Maybe some stuff at work, maybe some stuff at some funny thing that we saw on Twitter. Maybe some like plans, maybe some funny movie we want to watch. Literally anything. Like it's fun. It's really really fun. And yeah, I don't really know that I have much else to say. I just love my girlfriend. Plus one. You know what? What might have made her her ancestors disappointed in me and not love me. I'll tell you what. I had a moment during. I do meal prep for work, right? I do meal prep for work pretty often. I've also been trying to be more proactive with meal prep. As I've talked about in the previous podcast, where I'm like, really trying to get off of fast food and really trying to, you know, make sure that I'm, eating healthier, I'm having, proper meals, and yeah, just also just not spending so much money on fast food also because I would very commonly get a DoorDash and like getting like a single meal for like $30 is probably not worth it. I'm just gonna, you guys might hate me for saying it, but it might be the truth. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I've been trying to be more proactive in my meal prep, and I had some chicken marinade or some chicken like marinating in like a special sauce, and I had that. Slap that boy in the air fryer. Came out good, and then I also brought out the rice cooker because I love my rice cooker. Can we get some plus twos for the rice cooker? Brought out my rice cooker. It had like a steamer bit. We can also steam some vegetables, so I threw some broccoli in there. We got some nice seasoned chicken, some white rice, some steamed broccoli. Good meal, and it's chicken breast too, so it's the lean meat too. Ooh boy. And I know not everyone's like this, but like I'm a very like a very numbers focused cook. Like I just really want to be sure that I don't screw things up because I'm not confident in myself like at all. So I usually like especially for the rice cooker, like I know the measurements that I usually is like a cup of rice and then put in the water and all that. Um, So yeah, you put in the rice cooker. You have the chicken in the air fryer. It's all coming out good. It's all coming out gravy. I went to go do some stuff on the side while it was cooking, and then I check on the rice when it's done because I see like the rice cooker's finished, and I didn't realize this until later. Like I've got like three pieces of Tupperware, so I basically like had like 3 meals prepped for like the next 3 days. I had undercooked my rice, or I don't even know that undercooked is the right word, but I guess yeah, because some of it was still solid. Some of that rice was definitely still solid. So yeah, my problem was that it has been a little while since I last used my rice cooker, so I forgot about what the measurements were. It's supposed to be 1 cup of white rice to 2 cups of water, and I did 1 cup of white rice with 1 cup of water, and yeah, it did not come out great. I was actually telling Mika that it was extremely hard and extremely painful for me to finish that first meal that I had because it was just unseasoned undercooked rice. And I'll tell you what, I got through maybe like 2/3 of that rice, and after that point, I was just like, I can't eat it anymore. I'm tapping out. My soul hurts. I can't do it no more. God help me. All that stuff. So yeah, what I ended up having to do was that I bought Waba Grill just so I could have some, just so I could have some freaking Waba sauce for the next 2 days for my rice to kind of make it a bit more bearable, and it worked. I actually finished that last Waba or used that last Waba sauce packet because I'm actually recording this after my shift, my overtime shift for the week. So yeah, I finished that last one today, quite literally today. So it was good. Got me through the week. Let me finish that rice, and it was still. I think like cooking the chicken and or like reheating the chicken and the broccoli did kind of help cook the rice a little bit more, so it wasn't as bad as it normally was, or like the first batch was. But yeah, Yeah, I've undoubtedly committed some kind of cardinal sin against the rice gods for that entire exchange, and I apologize deeply. My bad, guys. I will do my absolute best not to disappoint you guys anymore. Please forgive my transgressions. I swear it will never happen again. All right, guys. Big ups for water. Water break, hydration check for everybody watching. I cannot tell you how thankful I am that that is that I've remembered water today, because I'll tell you what, those last two podcast recordings getting pretty tough by the end. Pause, pause, pause. One more hydration break. Everyone play Pizza Tower. I can see the cup, but you can't. Oh man, God, I love water. Water is so good. So as just to kind of go into the next topic, my process in like editing I feel like has been getting much better as I've been doing this more and more. I feel like towards the end of the inscription video that I had, I'd kind of gotten like a really good flow state. So I'm confident that you know I'm gonna have to figure out like a bunch of different semantics for each different game up. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to figure out a bunch of semantics for each different game I upload, because I try to have like the informational angle. Like for Crab Champions, I'm having like the long bars of the the tooltips, and then for Inscription, I was having like the pages of the book flipping with like the cool little effects, depending on whatever action I was doing. So, I mean, to be honest, I don't know how I do anything else besides what Frost Prime's editor does for Balatro, but I mean, I'll see if I can try to be unique about it, but I'm not confident in it, I'll tell you what. But in general, I think my editing process is getting good. I'm getting a good flow state. Uh, uh, Putting out the amount of work for like the podcasts that I put out, I don't feel like is as much of a hassle. I will say I was having a bit of trouble starting the recording for this session. I okay. I guess I got to tell this story now. Um, I was literally like just about to start recording for this very podcast. Like not even like, I mean, I guess at this point it's like what, like 20 minutes ago. Um, and I hit record, but nothing was getting picked up. And I went for like a minute, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh, thank my stars, because I was going to be so sad if I had to freaking re-record an entire podcast after basically doing an entire podcast. My soul would have been straight in the dirt. I would have been so sad. The amount of pain that I would be feeling would be astronomical, actually. Yeah. The editing process is going good. I'm the only thing about that I'm a little concerned with is that like I'm not gonna know, or I'm not gonna necessarily know what to do once I try to start working on like on the Outer Wilds thing, for example, like working in that like kind of structure. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe I'll just instinctively, I guess instinctively isn't the right word, but like more like, I guess I'll just something will just make sense to me, I guess. Like, I don't think I should try to overthink it too much, and I should just kind of, take things as they come, and, just put out the best videos that I can. And, at the end of the day, putting out something, that saying where like, there's like those like kinds of movie critics and stuff, right? Where like someone's like, hey, like someone's like super criticizing a movie and stuff like that, and like they're in film school and all that stuff, and but like, there's someone like sitting on the seat next to besides them doing the exact same thing, but they're also trying. They're also like putting out, like, they're making little fan films or something, or like they're at least, picking up a camera and recording. So, experience is worth a lot. So, I think that's kind of the mentality I have to go into editing everything because, you know, I'm sure with some things, I just gotta mess with programs. I gotta mess with, knobs. I gotta flip switches. I gotta, I just gotta try stuff. And, eventually, maybe I'll land on something that I'm pretty confident and comfortable in. But until then, just gotta do stuff. See what works for me. See what I like. I will say that just recording these things in general, I think is something I enjoy, and I hope that everyone is enjoying it. Also, everyone seems to be enjoying listening to my voice. So I'm grateful for that for sure. I'm very grateful. Let me hit another bit of the water right now. And just kind of on that note, how has everybody been enjoying the content? Like, if there's any kind of criticism that can be levied, I mean, I know you guys are pretty supportive of everything I do, and I'm obviously still in the learning process. But if there's anything that you guys think would probably work better, or anything that might lend itself better towards presentation, I know so far I'm still doing this podcast with just like raw gameplay in the background. I do want to use my VTuber model at some point during the podcast, but just for the sake of keeping myself consistent and getting these out, I think releasing in this format for the time being is for the best. But I would like to have like some kind of like layout, and obviously my VTuber model also, all stuff I'm planning for towards the future. But I do know that I got a couple of comments on my inscription video that yeah, there was some audio problems with that whole shebang where it was pretty low. You all know what's funny is that I think it was Villy who said that my like obviously the outro was like pretty good volume, but everything else is pretty damn quiet. I like turned that song down almost as much as I could. I cranked that song down so far. And even then it still ended up being pretty damn loud. Also, okay, I have to ask, like, how do we feel about the little like title card intro thing? Like, because I kind of do want feedback on that. If you guys wouldn't mind giving me feedback on that, I should probably also ask this on stream. But how did we feel about it? Because I thought it was pretty neat, and I would like to do more stuff like it. But obviously, for different games, it might be more on the meme side. But I think for like specific games, like the roguelike games that I upload for, having those kind of, wacky, goofy, or, very atmospheric intros, I think is probably really good. Or something I kind of think I want to do at least. So yeah, if you could give feedback on that. Yeah. And then just in general, if you guys could let me know how you guys have been enjoying the uploads. Um I feel weird like kind of saying this, but like I guess this is kind of I'm not gonna front with you guys, all right? This is kind of me a bit fishing for compliments. I'm not gonna lie, but like can I just pat myself on the back like a little bit that like, I've been relatively consistent with this so far. I've been running for like 3 weeks now. And I got 2 podcasts, I got 2 regular videos. Obviously this okay, well, I got 3 podcasts now. But I think I'm doing good. I think I'm kind of cooking a little bit. I'm not cooking rice, but I'm cooking something. I'm cooking something. Let me tell you what. I got a little something fierce going on in the kitchen. So yeah, uh, yeah. Just let me know how you guys feel about everything content wise. So because I feel like it's going relatively okay. Um, I do have kind of like an interest toward, but like a marginal interest, because like obviously I see like a lot of react Andes, people, there's a lot of like reaction channels that I see that like seem to grow their audience from like what's the way to put it? Grow their audience by watching like very popular like algorithmically popular videos, like reacting to algorithmically popular videos. And while I have no interest in just watching something I don't have, well, for lack of a better term, any interest in, I don't think I'm necessarily outside of like doing reaction content. It just has to be like something that like I'm invested in, like something that I enjoy. And I don't know. There hasn't really been. I'm also. This is also probably a problem with me, and like just like also probably a problem with my lifestyle, to be honest with you. But I am like I'm kind of terminally online a lot, so um, a lot of the times, like stuff that might be good reaction potential, I'll spoil myself too by like just scrolling on Twitter. I will say that I think in general, because obviously a lot of those reaction peoples, they'll do like anime or like shows and stuff like that. I don't think that's anything that I want to do. I think for me it would just be like more video game related type stuff, announcements, maybe trailers if anything for like stuff that I might be interested in watching on my own. But I don't think I want to react to like shows themselves. Unless maybe if they're like web series that like I'm not gonna get like DMCA'd into the non-existent universe for even daring to look in its general direction. I'm not trying to get Giga owned by big YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to live that life. Take some more water. Man, I am pretty proud of myself for like I said earlier, I'm pretty proud of myself for like keeping up with like the relatively consistent upload schedule. I got like an upload a week at least so far. If we want to be generous, maybe 2 uploads a week, but I do think that I don't think that number is entirely accurate. Um, but yeah, to be honest, part of the reason I feel so proud of myself on like this whole venture of being consistent on YouTube and whatnot, and being more consistent on Twitch also, and probably not just running myself ragged, because I feel like there probably was a point where I was running myself ragged on Twitch. But I like in my own personal life, I do have quite a bit of a bad history with procrastination. It goes back to like when I was in like school, just in the general education system. When I was even in college, because I did do college for a bit, but I ended up dropping out just because it was not my thing. Yeah, I was pretty bad with procrastination for like a long time. It affected a lot of things that I did actually, whether it be professional, personal. Professional is probably the wrong word. Educational, I guess, is probably the better term for it. But yeah, I have a bad history of procrastination. I remember instances where procrastination would like I would like put off like getting like what was it? I'm trying to remember like the specifics of it. Forgive me for a moment. I'm like my brain's like kind of lagging a bit right now. But I would like put off like homework and stuff like that in like a school scenario, right? I would put off homework for like pretty much until like my lunchtime or like the class before or like something of that nature, right? I would just delay for like that, and like that habit carried even into my college days to some extent, and it was pretty bad. And yeah, the point is that like I kind of do have a potential and a tendency to fall into that kind of rabbit hole of like procrastination and also like apathy to like a certain extent. So, but what has kind of really helped me uh again, like work against that. And here she goes. I can already feel Mika shaking her head, but it's just the truth. Like Mika herself, she's a very, very wonderfully hardworking person. It impresses me so much, especially being like also being self-employed, because like I don't know that I would ever have the discipline to like be like that consistent on like self-employment. I don't know that I have that dog in me. You guys know what I'm saying. And she has been a major inspiration for me to kind of better myself in like a lot of ways, actually. And I feel like I have talked about this a bit before, so I won't go into like giga detail. But yeah, she is one of the larger reasons why I feel like I can kind of push myself and like get over these humps of procrastination. And I don't know, she inspires me to a certain extent. And I have definitely told her this on multiple occasions, and she I feel like she downplays it consistently, but it's just the truth. She inspires me to be better, and she's been a consistent and overwhelming amount of encouragement for any part of my own like creative endeavors. And she's consistently encouraging me to try these things out. I'll ask her for input and advice on a couple of things, maybe like just general thoughts and ideas I have. And if I have an idea and she thinks it's nice, she'll encourage me to go through with it. So yeah, big thanks to Mika, because she makes a lot of this possible. Whether she will acknowledge that or not. So big times twos for Mika. So I guess this is probably like the discussion point in the video. I know I've already posed a couple of questions for you guys to answer. Here's the discussion: how much of a procrastinator would you call yourself? I'm having very much trouble speaking. I am very sorry. How much of a procrastinator would you guys say you are? If you had to say on a scale 1 to 10, personally, I think on my own tendencies, I'm obviously getting better at it, but I think like 1 being the lowest, 10 being like you're putting stuff off until like 10 seconds before. Um, I would probably say I'm probably like leaning like on a 6 right now. Like I do put stuff off, but like I don't like. I feel like I'm getting better to the point where I'm not like waiting until like the day before. Or no, I'm getting a little bit better. I'm getting there. We're cooking. We're cooking with a little bit of gasoline. So yeah, I think like a 6, or maybe like a 6.5 at worst. But I'm getting there. So yeah. How much of a procrastinator do you guys think you are? Make sure to leave that in the comments below. Also, I haven't been saying this, but if you guys could like and subscribe, if you guys are just finding this on your own time, I know that that's usually something. It's like something I have not been saying in like any of my videos. Like really, like I feel like I'm trying too fast to close towards the end of my podcast usually because of the time. So yeah, let me just say it now. If you guys can go ahead and hit that likes and subscribe button, it helps out the channel a bunch. You guys know how the algorithm is. Love you guys. Would very much appreciate it. Be very, very helpful. Thank you. Um, so I'm learning something very quickly, and I'm learning that I need to write down more ideas of what to talk about, or I just need to expand on these ideas in general. Because I'm gonna tell you what, guys, I don't have much left written down. I got a couple things written down, but I don't got much. But I guess just as a general question, since we are kind of reaching the end of the list, if you guys would be so inclined to answer, how are you guys feeling about the structure of this one in general? You guys feel like this is a much better flow of conversation? Do you guys feel like this is going a bit better? Because I will definitely try to keep topics in mind for me to discuss at a bit more length. And I do think it's probably better in general, but if it's seeming really good to you guys, it'll definitely encourage me to keep up with it, and making sure I always got topics on deck, so that way we can keep this whole business train moving, crazy train rolling all night long. I mixed two different songs there. I just realized. Big ups to Aerosmith. If you're not an Aerosmith enjoyer, you are a hater in my eyes. Yeah. Can I just say real quick? This is not on script, but or not like on like one of the topics. But can I just say this event's pretty cool, man. I know I was talking about like this game being on my backlog earlier, but I had someone talk to me about like a bit about Final Fantasy 16. They were telling me it was really cool. So it's something that I definitely want to try to get in on at some point. And this event in general is honestly pretty fun. Obviously, like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, guys. I'm getting kind of rocked by this whole boss. He's folded me like what is it like four times already, and most of the video is probably going to consist of me getting folded by this boss or fighting this boss. I will say though, the parry or not the parry, the dodge and the precision strike mechanic, that's pretty cool, man. It's pretty fun. Honestly, kind of wish it was in the like the entire game. I'm just gonna say it. You know how much fun it would be. I know it would probably break the game, but you know how much fun it would be if you could just dodge all the boss attacks. So wouldn't that be sick as hell, guys? I know that would break combat, but come on, guys, doesn't that sound cool as hell? That's all I'm gonna say on that. Another tangent, actually. This is up to one of my viewers and friend of the stream and just friend of the channel in general. My boy out there, Nearaway. I saw your tweet, brother. You learned what a frame trap is. I'm so proud of you. Can I just say that in here? I'm gonna say this on stream to you too. Whenever I see you on stream, I'm so proud of you, brother. He's learning Tekken. He's learning Tekken. He's probably going to be able to beat me up in Tekken whenever I start playing. That's another thing I need to do. I need to get on Tekken at some point, but like, Tekken was it? I was gonna say Tekken 7, but that's the old game. Tekken 8 be kind of expensive, brother. I would love to pick up Tekken 8 at some point, but man, I I can't I can't pick up Tekken 8. Also, I finally finished the mission. Nice. I can't pick up Tekken 8 because I am having a different monetary crisis. And you guys are going to love this because this is kind of the reason why I'm happy I didn't record my podcast earlier because like I said, I'm fresh off the shift. I'm at home. We're kind of chilling. We got the vibes going. You know what it is. But I have a different monetary problem right now. You know what that guy? You guys know what that problem is? I was at work today. I went to work. Everything was fine. Everything was chilling. It was an overtime shift. Just trying to make a little bit extra pocket change. Still got some energy in me, if you can't tell. But yeah, finished the shift. Or no, I got to lunch, and I like to call in with my girlfriend during lunch. I love to call in with Mika during my lunches and just check in with her. See if she's doing all right. Talk. Tell her about my day. See how her day is going, all that kind of stuff. And I decided to call in with her, and I sit down. I drop my keys onto the floor, like right by like the place where I'm sitting in the lunchroom. It's a pretty isolated spot, so that way I can just talk to her and not have like anyone not have too much background noise because there's like TVs and stuff. So yeah, after I drop my keys, I like reach down to go grab it, and I notice that I have a major problem. And you know what that problem was, guys? I'm just gonna come out and say it. I ripped a hole in my pants. And I don't know how this happened, but it was pretty much right around the crotch. And that made me sad. It wasn't like a super big, like substantial hole. Like it wasn't like, like, oh my God, they're like, they're going to kick me out of the building or something. But like, I had a freaking hole in my pants, man. And I was scared of it like getting bigger. I had to. You guys know that thing where you like wrap your sweater around your waist to the point where it's kind of hanging down like past like almost like towards the back of your knees. I did that but backwards, so that way it was covering the front side, so that way no one would notice. And I had to work like that for like the next like 4 hours. Got through it just fine. I got through the day, but this is perhaps even worse because now like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling like super conscious about it, but like it is kind of frustrating because this is like the second pair that like has broken in like the past. It's the second pair that has broken in the past like 2 weeks, man. Now, in my defense, that first pair that broke, that pair was old. So like it was bound to happen. But that last pair that broke, the one that happened today, I feel like that was a relatively new pair, man, and that makes me sad. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is like probably just buying like a because pants can get kind of expensive, especially since I wear like jeans, like denim jeans to work like all the time, as you do when you work in a warehouse. But yeah, I'm probably gonna for the next couple paychecks buy like one because I get paid weekly, so I'll probably have to make sure I invest in in pantaloons. You guys know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm I'm gonna have to make sure that I buy some freaking pants for like the next couple weeks or something, man. Because I'll tell you what, I do not have many left. I have like a couple. I have like what is it like? I'm down to like 4 or 5 pairs now, and yeah, I need more, man. I'm not gonna front with you guys. I need more. This is a thing that I would kind of like to have. So yeah, um, wish me luck on that venture. I guess that is something that I'm gonna have to deal with in the very near future, and by the very near future, I mean more than likely like this upcoming tomorrow morning. All right, guys, that about does it for the structured part of the video. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We got what is it like 12 minutes left to fill. It's Jover, guys. Say goodbye to coherent conversation. Here we come with incoherent rambling to fill the next uh, the next X amount of time of whatever's going on. Um, just kind of trying to think in general of like what else has been going on during my week. Like I have I was kind of thinking of maybe taking like a bit of a break after I hit the fourth podcast, maybe taking like a week off to kind of like maybe try to work on that like layout, like a layout, maybe like try to find like a headset like asset or something that I could use for my VTuber model for the sake of the podcast, or like having like like a podcast mic or something in front of the model or something of that nature to kind of like up the presentation of the podcast. And that way, because I think now that I'll be like 4 episodes in, I think not that like it's something that I want to do like right away, but like so that way I could also have the layout to maybe also open the opportunities of having, like a guest on the podcast, because I know that's something even a friend of the channel expressed interest in being a part of. Um, and if anyone, maybe try to invite a couple of friends, hey, Mika be willing, she is also more than welcome to hop on to hang out. But yeah, there's it's something I want to consider, having open to the playing field. I will say that the prospect of doing collabs in general doesn't seem very much existent at all right now since I stream like once a week. But yeah, like collaborative Twitch streams, I don't think is definitely for the foreseeable future something not like that I can't really do. Unless for some reason they just happen to be free during my time slot, free and willing to stream, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to change my time slot for maybe like a little while longer. This is kind of the flow right now, and it's probably going to stick that way for for a while, for a little while longer. But I think having like stuff in place and stuff ready for maybe that kind of thing in the future is not necessarily a bad idea. And also, like I said, just upping the quality of like my own production. And I actually did actually actually did commission a very beautiful, a very talented, a very hardworking, and a very cute koala to make something to help in some of that presentation. And yeah, what's it called? I'm sure it'll, whenever I have that ready to show off, it'll be really cool. But until then, you know, she's free to take her time with it. I basically put a no rush on that, but whenever that's all done and cooked, I'll tell you what, brother, we're gonna be in business. And honestly, I just have to say this again because like I really want to get this out there, and like I've probably said this like a million times, but I am incredibly grateful to Mika. I'm incredibly grateful because she has been so supportive through all of this. Um, I honestly, to some extent, you could say she's behind the camera right now. Everyone way behind Mika because she is present in a lot of what I do, and she is actually going to be doing some time stamping for this also. She told me that she is very much willing and able to do like that kind of thing for me, for the sake of like the podcasts in the future. Also, she's, I mean, probably also part of the reason why I like went in with like the structured format for the podcast also, because also would probably help her a lot. I'm sorry for the end of this video, my love. I know my last little bit of ramblings are probably all over the place, but thank you, everyone. Seriously, sincerely, give a thank you to Mika because she is like in a sense like kind of like I would say like the foundation of like a lot of what I do. She's like very supportive. She's always there. She mods my Twitch chat. She mods like she's gonna be doing the timestamping for my YouTube. She's always I can always talk with her with ideas and a bunch of that stuff. And just the general encouragement she always offers me. A lot of my assets, that I have, my logo, my freaking everything. She's incredibly supportive, and I don't know that I necessarily deserve all of it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think when it comes to that kind of thing, like I do want to be gracious in accepting gifts because she cares about me. It's very obvious that she cares about me, and it's a really good feeling, man. I don't know. Thank you so much, Mika. I really appreciated you. Thank you. I got really sappy towards the end. I'm sorry. Oh boy. I mean, I got still got a little bit of water left. Everyone, make sure to hydrate. I do think that when I oh wait guys, everyone say hi to Mika. She's on screen right now. Look, there she is. She's standing right next to me. It's my cat girlfriend. Woo! I also got a dog pet. Isn't that sick? But yeah, I'm gonna be live Sunday night for PST. That is definitely still a plan, and I will say that I'm hoping to kind of get. I'm hoping to get finished like the base for the. I guess the base. I'm hoping to like get through like the bottom line campaign for the noise on Pizza Tower. I don't think I want to run roguelikes when I stream later today. So yeah, that's actually probably a good time. Hey, come check out the stream, by the way. If you're here this far in the podcast, we stream. I think the plan is to stream at 10 p.m. PST at twitch.tv/random task 1000. That is where we're going to be streaming. I think that is probably going to be the schedule for the foreseeable future. 10 p.m. PST on Sunday night. I think that is going to be the schedule I'm going to be sticking to. I need to make like a schedule graphic of some kind. I'll probably whip one of those up at some point. Excuse me. But yeah, I think for the foreseeable future, that'll probably be the schedule for streams, because I do want to kind of have like a consistent hour that I'm gonna be live, so that way can get some goobers to come around. Consistency is good for YouTubes and stuff like that. So yeah. I think that probably just about does it. We're not exactly at the hour mark, but I think that's fine. Yeah, come to the Twitch stream. Like I said, 10 p.m. PST Sunday night. I'm gonna be trying to upload these on a more consistent schedule. Also, I'm gonna be trying to get them Saturday nights at 9 p.m. PST. I think is probably what I'll be going for. So yeah, I'll try to stick to that, and then whenever that Outer Wilds video, or like just general gameplay videos come up on the channel, I don't know that I'll have structure to that. I think I just might upload those whenever they're ready. But I think for the podcasts and for the streams, those will definitely be Saturday and Sunday. So we'll always have a podcast come out the day before stream, and then the day after. Come on down to Twitch and come see me be a goofy fella. Actually got some new stuff cooked up for the stream recently, so hopefully I get to show that off soon. Yeah, I think that just about does it for the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I think that'll just about do it. Thank you guys for watching, and catch you guys later.